mesas cada uno tiene este papel donde van a practicar el vocabulario. Aquí tienen la lista de vocabulario, bueno, algunas de las palabras del capítulo 3.2, ¿ok? En sus mesas, ustedes tienen este papel y tienen un dado. I think what really motivated me to be a teacher was when I moved to the United States. I was born and raised in Puerto Rico, and I didn't move to California until my sophomore year of high school. And my experience at the high school level was a little tricky. I don't think I felt welcomed by students and teachers at that time. So I think that's really what motivated me to want to become a teacher, because I don't think I ever wanted another student, especially a student that wasn't born and raised in the United States, to feel that they were not welcome or that there wasn't a place for them. I think that's when I really started thinking about the educational field and me becoming a teacher. And then I started thinking, well, what would I teach? And to me, it was just easy because I'm a very proud Puerto Rican and I love my culture and my language. So to me, it's just that decision came really easy. Just being able to spread the message to my students that education is really important. It doesn't matter what their plans are after high school, whether they go to a community college, whether they go to a 4-year, just as long as they keep learning and getting an education, that is something that no one can ever take away from them. And I always tell them that, yes, conjugating verbs, it's going to be important, and learning another language is going to be important, but the love that they need to build for learning, it's what's really going to help them succeed. I always tell them, to me, there's nothing worse than an ignorant person. So for them to be able to experience life and continue learning, whatever that journey might be, I think it's really important. So I would hope that once they graduate, that they remember that, and whatever path they decide to take, that's fine, as long as they continue learning. I think that as a teacher, if I'm really invested in what's best for them and in their learning, then I need to understand where they come from. And I think a lot of the times we forget and we want to generalize, and we assume that all of our kids might learn the same and that they can just go home and do this homework for 2 or 3 hours, but we forget that maybe they don't have the resources at home to do that homework. I think it's the part of getting to know them and their background, their struggles, their families, that really makes it fulfilling for me. Because a lot of the time when you have 40 students in the classroom, you don't really realize all of that they go through. We have students that take 2 buses to come to El Camino, that they wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning to be able to come to our school. And it's just taking the time to really get to know them and why they're even doing that, in order for them to get a good education, that just makes it that much more fulfilling for me. I love education as a whole, just not teaching, but everything that involves education. Just being able to advocate for my students and the staff and the other teachers is important to me. And I want people to know that this is really what I love doing. I don't see myself doing anything else but being an educator. I'm extremely excited for the future. I think we have a lot of good teachers coming into the field. And I think that we also have a lot of teachers that have the passion to continue fighting for our field and our students and what's best for them. So I'm extremely excited. I wouldn't change it for anything. I think it's been the best 13 years of my life. I love what I do.